And now, here's the 53rd Governor of Louisiana, Mike Foster, to say a few words about Franklin Foundation Hospital's 10th anniversary of its relocation to Northwest Boulevard and also its service. The governor experienced a small TIA this past summer and wanted to share a few thoughts.
History I can remember for you is the fact that towards the end of my gubernatorial term, I don't know when I called the head of the police jury or who I called, and I said, before I'm out of here, is there any one thing I can do that would be helpful in the Franklin area of the parish? And he said, as a matter of fact, we really are. We're trying to figure out how to fund a hospital. And I said, okay, well, I'll give that my best shot. And the truth is, I recall my father was on the hospital board. One of his favorite sayings was, we got to put more people in the hospital this weekend. Because hospitals, well, it makes sense. They live and die by the number of people that they have financially, whether they are occupied. And so to the extent that I understood why Franklin needed a hospital, that was in my background, and that's really the story of how I got involved. Of course, I think the story is a simple one. I had what's called, I think, a TIA, which is a stroke that it's a temporary stroke. I think temporary is probably the first word in TIA. But it was pretty severe. I mean, I couldn't talk, I couldn't see, I couldn't walk. And they were able to be picked up in an ambulance, taken to the hospital. By the time I was at the hospital, it was mostly back. It was almost 100% back. I mean, I could talk, I could speak, I could see, I could move. So anyway, I mean, you always have a little bit of trepidation when you go into something you hadn't been into. And I really have not been in the hospital, I'll knock on wood. I don't want to go back, not because it wasn't well done, but just because that's never any fun. But some comments on the hospital, I find it to be very efficient. I mean, not a lot of wasted time is what I call efficient. I find it to be very clean. I find it to be very friendly. I was extremely impressed. You asked me about the fact that they were able to use this telemedicine, and within 10 minutes of being there, you're talking to the top guy that in strokes from Oshner Clinic, and he looks at your x-ray, tells you what he sees, which in my case was fortunate. It looked like it had gone away. So really, I guess those are the best adjectives. As I say, it was efficient, it was clean, it was friendly, and very, very impressed with the telemedicine setup where you can get the best in the state to give you some opinions. This is just, the Franklin Foundation is just a little country hospital, but it is at a point where there's very little it can do, and there's very little reason to have to leave the area. And once that word gets out, I think it will be good, because it hasn't been there that long, as opposed to other hospitals that have reputations that go back, 50, 100 years.